There are lots of people on LinkedIn who show you or tell you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Crucial part of what you're doing. It's almost like your website. You probably get much more traffic to your profile through LinkedIn than you get from Google to your actual website. So it's really, really important. But what a lot of these people aren't giving you when they tell you how to optimize your profile is context. So I've done a couple of videos on optimizing your profile before, but I've never actually jumped into why I've done what I've done with mine. So I thought it might be useful. There might be a couple of takeaways you can grab from it. It's broken down into a few sections, but hopefully you like the sound of this and hopefully it's helpful. Let's dive in. Cool. So a few things to consider at the start. All right. This is what matters mostly when people hit your profile and are going to consider accepting your connection request or hitting the follow button or whatever it may be. Okay, you've got your profile picture and you've also got your banner. So I'm going to run this from the top down. Okay, so we're going to start with the banner. And there's a reason that I position mine like this. Okay, it's nice and spaced out. There's nothing going to sit behind the profile picture because it does condense a little bit when you go onto mobile. But I've got my website at the top just in case people want to find out more about me, but I'm not really trying to drive traffic there. And then I've got an outcome that people get, not from working with me and not from downloading anything, simply from following. So when I get visitors to my profile, I'm trying to encourage the follow. I'm not trying to sell. Okay. So all I've done here is talk about what I talk about: social selling and organic marketing or content tips for online biz owners. That's it. Dead simple. I'm not pushing anything, but I do give people the chance to download something for free if they want to. But essentially, I'm giving them my promise or what they're going to get by following me. Next, we move on to the profile photo, which isn't anything major, most people think, but there are a few key elements you want to consider, okay? I would not go, for example, with a whole body shot. I would go head and shoulders. I would also try and remove the background as well, okay? So I would have something that made me stand out. You can see I've got a bit of drop shadow here. I think I just made this in Canva. And then I've actually just chosen, because I know this isn't what most people do, I've chosen to put myself in a yellow circle, yellow, which is in my brand guidelines, of course. So it is quite simple. I'm not a big fan of mine. One, I got a cap on. Two, I'm not smiling. So I'm going to get another one done soon. I'm by no means saying that my profile is perfect, because I know it isn't. And we're going to find out exactly why in a sec. But profile picture and a nice banner. If you can't design these things, Canva has templates, but even if that's a step too far, I seriously recommend investing a little bit of money into hiring a graphic designer and communicating the value behind what you offer and your profile as a whole and your content promises as well, because this is vital real estate. Okay, as soon as people visit your profile, this is what they see. So you want to impress them. First impressions count. Next, we move on to this block of writing right here. Okay, so what we've got is my name, pretty obvious. We've got some hashtags here as well, which are topics I continually talk about, location, and then a profile link, which takes people off platform. We also have the company that I work for, which in this case is my company. So first, the name, okay? You can have a pronoun after this. I originally chose to hack it, but I also thought that was kind of disrespectful. So I had, instead of he and him, I had content strategist, but I've now since removed that. Onto the headline. This is much more focused on the outcome that I will deliver if you follow me rather than the outcome that I deliver if you work with us. And again, there's a reason behind that. I'm trying to grow the audience at this stage. Until I hit like 50 to 100,000 followers, I want relevant followers. So what I have done is apply a little bit of a formula here though. So again, what do I post about? It's typically social media and sales, and I've put the word secrets in there just to provoke a bit of intrigue, all right? But then what I've done is call out the audience, call out the people that I make content for and that I work with. Why? Because profile photo, my name, and the first bit of this headline follow me around LinkedIn everywhere. So if I make a post, if I comment on someone else's post, it will feature my name, profile picture, and this part of my headline, okay? So I want people to associate that picture with the name Chris with social sales for coaches and freelancers. So that's exactly why I've put it in there. And I've just used the word secrets purely for intrigue, okay? Rather than social sales, I've just chucked the word secrets in there. So people will be like, ooh, mysterious, it's secret. Let's jump in and find out more kind of thing. Then I've followed up with a little bit of humor. And I think far too many people take the headlines too seriously, okay? It's just a piece of writing. You can change it at any time. Don't overthink it. Just write one, stick with it, and see if you like it in a couple of weeks. But I have so many, you can see them piling up already, so many unread messages that I have to I feel like it's my duty to let people know that I'm probably not going to respond. And I've done that in a slightly humorous way. My DM game is appalling now, and that's true. But what this also does is when people connect with me or when I connect with people, they DM me and say, what's so bad about your DM game? So it's an instant conversation starter. Okay. It's not something boring. It's actually something like, oh, don't see much of that. And that's what you want to do. Okay. The whole point of marketing, the whole point of being on LinkedIn is to, I hate to say it, but to seek attention. Okay. We want attention. We want to stand out and be different. So many people are doing the same thing. So what can you put in your headline that's a little bit different? Next, hashtags. These are quite easy. You have to set up something called creator mode, and you go and check my YouTube channel if you want to see how to properly optimize your LinkedIn profile. But these are topics that I speak about all the time. Okay, sales, marketing, online business, content strategy. Pretty simple. Next is my location, and you can edit all this, as I say, just by using these things here. But I'm based near Manchester. I'm not actually from Manchester. I'm a bit of a liar, but I'm about 25 minutes away. So that's the biggest city that's closest to me as well. Nice and easy. I just put that simply because it's people will identify with it more rather than if I just put Macclesfield, which I don't know. Pretty much no one outside Macclesfield has ever heard of Macclesfield. Cool. Next, we've got my profile link. So what this does, if we click out, is take you to our landing page where we show you exactly how we help coaches and creatives build and sell their 4-figure service in weeks without wasting money on ads. And we've got loads of client results, and you can scroll down, see who it's for, what's involved. It's application only, obviously, but if you fit the criteria, you can book a free call and apply. And then I've got a bit of credibility on there and break down some of the processes and stuff and give people a look inside. Also demonstrate the team. So this link is really, really important. We want to drive people, ideally, if you're a service provider, into booking a call with us. So I wouldn't do a link tree or a Snap link or a link in bio and try and take people in 10 different directions. We can get onto that shortly. What we've done here is take people to one place, because ultimately, yes, I do want you to go and check out the client testimonials. I do want you to download some free stuff, but really, if you're a qualified lead, I want you in our calendar, okay? So I also spruce this up and give it a bit of imagery and make it stand out just by putting an emoji in there, something you can do. Next, we've got the follower breakdowns, how many followers I've got and number of connections. Cool. This is something you can utilize at the bottom of your profile, which is just in your job experience section. We'll get onto that a little bit. I don't really look at that too much, but if you've not got an image there, you can create a company page and assign an image. It's much better than the default image that LinkedIn gives to you. And this is the name of our company. It's our limited name as well. So it makes sense to have it here. Adds a bit of credibility, but also it gives people a glimpse into the outcome that we provide, which is why I chose that name. Content to clients. We help people win clients or more clients online using organic content. Simple as that. And again, that's how I've communicated that there. Now, another thing before we move down the page is I've customized my URL. Nice and easy to do. You can just hit the pencil icon there, but there's a reason why I've chosen this name, and that's because I'm going to migrate all my social platforms to that name at some point soon. Okay, on Instagram at the moment, I'm Sales Guy Chris, and I hate that, but it serves a purpose for now. I've got that handle reserved on Instagram, so I have a second profile with it. Ideally, you want to make sure when you're on social that people can find you wherever they go. Okay, so now you've watched this video, you might want to go and check me out on Instagram, and you're going to find that if you search Chris James online, it's not me, or it's certainly not a public profile of me. So everything should be in line wherever possible. Same with TikTok, same with YouTube, whatever other platforms have come out by the time I release this video. Cool. So moving down, you can see I've got creator mode turned on, and that just allows me to have more featured posts and shows my posts rather than my activity, that kind of thing. So that's really crucial. But what I do want to touch on very quickly is the featured section. Okay, so you can put loads of different things in here. You can put a post, your newsletter, an article, or some media. I use links all the time because this is one of the only opportunities we now have to take people off the platform and indoctrinate them into our way of thinking and hopefully enroll them into our ecosystem, whether that's ads, whether that's an email funnel, or whatever it is. Okay, and I don't want to get too complex here. It's just breaking down why I've done these things. So you can see I've got quite a few. Probably more than I should have, to be honest, because it contradicts what I said about not taking people in more than one direction. However, I've got some free training. So all these things just link out, as you can see, to my website, and I want to push people in all these directions. All of them will take people on a journey in the end to actually booking a call with us if they're the right fit. So we've got some video training where people put their email in, and then I will send them a 13-minute video on how they can hit 5-figure months on LinkedIn and the 5 secrets behind it. You can go and check out that landing page that I mentioned, so I'm doubling up on the link there. And also client results, okay? So we took Katie from 0 to 11K in 90 days, and that's a month. I think in the first 90 days, she did 26 grand, which is amazing. So I've got a 60-second interview with her. People are on the fence about working with me. They'll go and check that out. You know, they want to find out what I've done for other people. So if you've got client results, put them in there, okay? I've also got a low ticket course. It's 400 quid. It's value packed. People can go and get it. I've still not even built the sales page because I'm far too busy, but if you want to go and check that out, you can. And then I've just got loads more testimonials, all right? And if you show all the featured items here, you'll see how many there are. So it's Johnny, six weeks, 10K. Consistent 10K months for Louise. 2 to 10K a month for Kat. The list goes on. We've got Katie, Steve, Melissa, all amazing people that we've helped go from either nothing or quite a low revenue per month to massive months using our C2C system, okay? And, you know, it goes on. It carries on. So important to stack social proof. Cool, moving on. I'm not going to go into this bit, but this is all your recent activity, and you can filter it down by comments, posts, videos, images, blah, 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 etc. So, about section. Loads of people, again, they pay for people to write this for them, and I don't really understand that. Just talk about who you help and what you help them achieve, and give yourself a bit of credibility. Break it up a bit visually, so it's not just massive, massive blocks of text. I've written this once, I've never even looked at it. I don't think I've ever read anyone's about section. Now, there'll be people that say they do, fair enough. Whatever, you know, I'm much more likely personally to buy from someone if this is all dialed in, if I can get to where I want to get to, and they've got some social proof and freebies. This bit is just, for me, it's just writing. Sorry, copywriters are going to shoot me. Anyway, moving on. I mentioned earlier that we have this experience or job experience section. So you can create your own page here, and I've done 3, and I'm going to explain why. So firstly, I've got the actual role that I have, which is the founder for C2C, or Content to Clients Consulting, since June last year. I think it was July we actually launched, but then we have another page which I've set up, and this is in case I want to run ads. So rather than running ads from a business page, if I do ever, and I'm not planning on, but if I do ever want to run ads from a LinkedIn page, I'm going to use this because it's got my name and my face, and I'll just change that in accordance with my profile picture. I don't post on these things. I'm not a big believer of the company pages. I think people are much more likely to buy into you as a person rather than a logo, hence why I've set this up. And then I still need to finish this one, so you can see, like, I'm not over the top about the profile. There's much more important things you can be doing once you've got the essentials dialed in. But I have an email newsletter called Workaholics Weekly. It goes out every single Tuesday, and I send out a few tips on how you can simplify your workload. There's about 3,000 subscribers. We got rid of about 1,000 and we replaced them quite quickly, which is good. So if you want, you can go and check that out. But the reason I've listed this as a job is because I've got more real estate. So if people want to check out where I've been, they can go and click on this and it will take them, and hopefully they'll sign up. Then we've got education, got some social selling certificate or whatever, and loads of people that I've never even met have endorsed me for skills, which is very kind. And then recommendations. So these are things that people have sent to me. I think one of them I asked for, 2 of them I didn't, which is great. And then people that I'm interested in. So anyway, we skipped over that quite quickly. We've got the profile picture and the banner. We've got this little section here, which is your writing with your headline and your hashtags, your location and your link bio, feature posts, your activity, and your about section, which I'm going to get crucified for, but whatever. Then your job experience. So hopefully, you know, rather than showing you exactly what to do, this video was mainly just to give you context as to why I've done what I've done. Hopefully there's something you can take from it. I am actually going to put together a guide. If there's time, I'm going to drop the link underneath this video so you guys can grab it for free. And there'll be some load more freebies that I'm going to push your way very, very soon. But thanks for watching. If you want to find out more about how we help small business owners, coaches, and freelancers win more clients using organic content, you can either hit my LinkedIn profile and go to the link. Alternatively, you can watch this video here where I go into much more detail. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.